might have thought, isn't there a show in the States that's quite famous and there's like an old guy that's in the middle? I can't remember.
Well,
You remember
Levitard
that one?
did that forever. Levitard used to do that. He used to bring his dad in with him.
Yeah,
Dan
that's who it
Levitard.
was. It was his dad with Mina Kimes.
Yeah, well, they had their show, and the Dan Levitard show with Stu Gatz, and they used to do a TV show too. I don't remember what it was called.
Did the dad chime in, or did you
Yes.
just sit
No,
there?
he just sat there for a lot of the time. He would say the
sat
odd
there.
thing.
Mostly, but sometimes he would chime in with little comments here and
Right.
there. And they get a heavy, thick, like Spanish accent, and
Right, like
he would
I
hold
remember.
a play card up every once in a while.
I remember us being in studio and me pointing and going, "Who is that?" And you like laid it out for me exactly that. You're like, "That's that guy's dad."
And guess who is that guy on our show? It's O. O's Poppy from the Dan Levitard show. That's your new nickname, Poppy. You and Austin Matthews. Poppy
Big
O'Neill.
Poppy. Oh,
Big Poppy. Da. Overdrive's
dog
over.
loses.
The O-Dog loses. The O-Dog is gone. Now it's Poppy. Yeah, so we established that yesterday, and that's great. And now I got to go in there and try to get to the bottom of that, which I will do.
Yeah.
I might play on with it too. But like, have you seen my dad around here? I'm looking for him. He said he was
should.
coming in.
You gotta go up. You gotta go up and order a sandwich, and just say, "I can't find my dad. That old bastard is wandering around here somewhere. Is he stuck underneath a fridge or an oven or something?"
Yes, I'll set the alarms off. I'll head into the Niner Diner and say, I'm looking for him. Have you seen him? That's him right there on the poster.
Yeah, the guy in the blue and white jacket. He's lost.
That's him right in the middle. And there's Uncle Noodles. Like how do you factor into this? I'm not sure.
Who knows? Like
You're the
that's
uncle.
the thing. Everyone's so friendly there. It's just they probably just misconstrued. But like you're right. Like maybe is it a father and son show with the uncle?
Possibly.
Like, that's what it is.
I don't know. We'll figure that out. I guess we got to find that out. What is Noodles' role? Is he the neighbor?
Yeah.
Maybe you're the wild and wacky neighbor.
I'm Kramer.
Yeah, you're Kramer. Exactly. Speaking of Poppy, we'll get into the Blue Jays today. We're going to talk a lot of Jays throughout the week and throughout the World Series, clearly. Sean Green coming up later in the hour, which is great. Former Jay and former Dodger. Knows both markets really well and tracking both teams. We'll catch up with Sean. But I can't imagine it going much worse for the Leafs after the big Stoller's, call-out moment. Like, your goalie comes out, lays it on the line, basically challenges everyone from top to bottom, and you go out there and play like that and lose like that. I guess the message, did it just not get through? What do we make of how the Leafs responded last night?
Remember what I said, though? I was concerned that it shined a light on him. And that's like, I don't know how you agreed. Like, I just didn't like that. I respected the fire. I respected the honesty that he felt. But I said, all it does is shine a light on your play. If and you even said, if he lets in a muff and Willie's going to be looking from the bench going, we need a save here. He didn't play very well last night.
He wasn't great. I don't think he was the reason they lost. But
No,
Stolarz
I agree.
wasn't great. Now, the post-game comments, why don't we play these? Because these are way more concerning than the ones from the other night. Like,
way more.
Exponentially more concerning. Here is how Anthony Stolarz analyzed his team's game last night.
I thought it was a really good effort by the boys tonight. They're a skilled team. And for me personally, that fourth goal, it's when you want back. You want to be able to go into the third period, give the guys a fighting chance, and be able to keep it a one-goal game. And at that point, anything can happen. So I love the effort tonight. Guys were battling. You look at the back check. The block shots, getting in lanes. I thought we did a lot of good things tonight.
I don't know what he's referring to because I had to sit on the panel for that game. Like, that third goal was a terrible goal. A turnover by the top line. They all changed. And then Jack Hughes got sprung loose. I just don't know what he's talking about. I walked away from that game saying, it's a bad game when it feels really long. You're just like, oh my God. And then you're looking down. Like, how is this good lanes and doing a lot of good things? That's your top line coughing it up. and then Jack
Awful.
Hughes just
It's
wheels
awful.
down. Yeah,
I refuse to believe that that's an honest assessment.
Well,
and
no,
it
what it
scares
is,
me.
it's not though, Brian. What
No,
it
he's
is,
been
it's
neutered.
overcompensating for his Saturday's comments.
Yes,
That's what
yes.
it is.
That's exactly what it was, and that concerns me more. And this was my fear, because I loved the fact that he was honest and human and raw, because we haven't seen it in 10 years. And now he's got to fit back in. This is the PR machine wheeling around. Now you got to go out there and say, love the effort, loved what we saw tonight. They were terrible last night. There's no sugarcoating it. The Leafs were awful last night. They were awful, and there was not really any positives that came out of the game. I can't find many. I mean, I'd leave it to you guys if you can. But that scream, yes, an overcompensation. That's probably a softer way of putting it, Noodles.
Yeah.
But that says to me there were feelings hurt. There were people that got on him. There was a mea culpa from him being like, won't happen again. And now this is what we're going to get. And now what you got is a scenario with Stolarz. Wall's not coming back. Who knows when he's coming back? Like, they're not even going to answer on him anymore. Who knows what he's dealing with? Where he's not around and he's not playing anytime soon. So everything's going to be on his plate. Outside of back-to-back, Stolarz is playing.
Right.
And now, if he's dealing with this, or he says what he says, and now he's got to swing the other way, and he's got to think about that, and he's overthinking plays and how he plays and the goals he gives up, that's got the potential to be really messy.
It does.
And really messy. And I just, right when I heard that, I cringed. Like, that's not, there's no way that's honest, man. Like, there's no way.
that would have been a
real
situation, as
assessment.
much as I talked about him coming out and talking like that, Hayes, what I didn't like about it is, because when you do that, you make yourself, it makes it seem like you're the only guy that cares, and you just seem like a hero. But I almost would have had more appreciation for him doubling down, saying, man, that was just not the response that I was thinking of.
Yes,
Yeah.
Like,
same.
Including
or
myself,
someone else.
if he said that.
Right, of course.
Like,
Hey,
just-
me first.
Even
but-
Duthie, I think he teed me up with a question talking about like building off the excitement of the Jays and having a response to the last game. And they had nothing from the drop of the puck, I thought. Like, it was just, they talked about New Jersey having the speed and the skill and having the puck all night. And I was like, that's exactly right. That's what happened. They got skated out of the rink by a skilled New Jersey team. And there was not a lot of pushback. Top line, it is a revolving door on the right side, which is turning into a circus. And you know the coach is starting to hate it, because he's like, I'm kind of getting sick of trying somebody out there. He said it himself. He's like, I'm getting sick of putting people there on that right side.
You mentioned comments, Brian. Like, Chief didn't pull any punches either. Like, he was shooting straight, saying, tired. What did he? I think his comment was like, I'm getting tired of this. Or
well, we can play it. We have it.
Yeah.
Here's Craig Berube on the effectiveness of the top line, the play of the top line, and the revolving door on the right side.
Right.
I think early on in the season, I thought, they were getting their opportunities and looking pretty good. Now it's like, it's obviously not good enough. I don't feel like they have any sustained pressure, and